Hey, it's Jeremy from StationOne, just here with a quick video overview of our version 0.13, which is now released into production. We've added quite a lot into this release and done a significant amount of bug fixing and some usability workflow modifications. Most notably in version 0.13 is the introduction of our feature permission system for Brigade users. So if we come in and have a look here at this Brigade user, we can see that we now have feature permissions to be able to grant that user specific permissions to features of the platform. So obviously there is no change for our Brigade or unit administrator users. They still have full read-write access to everything within their unit, but we do now have the inclusion of the feature permission. So this is something that had been much requested by many of our brigades and units on the platform, and we're pleased to finally have this out into production for general use. So hopefully this should allow you to include more of your members in the operations of the unit, and particularly by giving them specific access to hose management, pre-plans, etc. To take ownership and manage some specific parts of your unit in that regard. Moving on to our brigade settings, a couple of minor changes here. We've renamed the public brigade page or the public page to the station portal. So we've basically updated our language with reference to that particular feature. We've also added the ability to email a link to members here as well, to send them out the basically like hey, here's our station portal page, effectively for those who are onboarding to the platform at a point that you're ready to go live, be able to send that out to them. No significant changes with regards to this. We have added some more feature toggles into here. So we've got the ability now to disable the hydrant inspection component of hydrants. So basically just show your hydrants. You can still add photos to them, but basically removing all of that inspection component from them. Likewise, we've got the inspection component can be disabled from water points as well, if that's something that you want to do in your unit. We've done some work on our reporting, particularly around our member activity. So a couple of changes here. One looks at basically excluding events and training sessions where a group of members has been invited using our membership groups feature. So basically, for example, if John Smith is not part of the internal firefighters group and you run a training session for internal firefighters, John won't be penalised for not attending that training session. So this will actually be automatically adjusted based on training and events that have been made available to particular groups of members. So we're really looking at making sure that everyone has a fair and equal opportunity to be represented in the data. And that obviously means that if training is held for specific groups of members or specific people, that should not penalise other people on the platform. So we've done that. We've also done some uplift with regards to our detailed member reporting as well. So obviously now you can see some breakdowns over time. We'll actually just go back and we'll pop this into 90-day mode and then go back and we'll have a look at Sarah again. So you can see basically this is changing based on the time period that we've selected. So we can start to get a pretty good idea of this member's interaction within the brigade. We've also got a unit ranking here, 1 of 11 members, and you can see how that is actually calculated by having a look through some of the data that's here. You'll note, particularly with our meetings section, the apology is appearing now. So we have made a modification to the event system that when you select a meeting, it actually changes the RSVP type to attending apology or no response, basically. So basically, again, trying to ensure that members are fairly represented in the event that they genuinely cannot attend a meeting as opposed to they've just ignored the meeting, and providing their apology, we capture that and report that accordingly based on that member's intent. We've also included instructor reporting as well, which you can see coming through here from our training module. And then obviously as we go down, we can see that there's more basically broken down detailed data, particularly around that particular member there. So basically just trying to again ensure that we get a fair representation of those members. If we jump over to our events just to have a look, so we've got our monthly meeting event here. You can see that this has now got the apology state attached to that because the event type is meeting. And then obviously we can set people, as an apology as well, manually update that apology state on there as well. So that's all good. Some minor changes on our availability. So you'll see here, if we just go into here and we'll just set Sarah to be available. Actually, we'll just do it for today. We're recording on Friday, so we'll do that there. And we'll pop back to our crew grid. All right, cool. So Sarah's showing up here now. We've got our chips basically giving you your availability count based on status. We've also added in filtering here. So obviously you can configure what important qualifications show up for your unit in the settings. But we can actually now start to dive down and filter this by additional qualifications that are within the system that are not here. So if I was, looking for complex four-wheel drive operations, we can filter that. We can see that Tim has that, but he's not available, obviously. So that was something that had been requested by brigades to be able to filter that in endorsements as well. So you've got your filters and your periods and stuff like that that now appears in your unit availability count, which is all good. Moving on to our stock module. So what you'll see here, particularly on our nitrile gloves stock item, is that it's now showing sizes. So prior to version 0.13, we were only just having, P2 masks, or it was just a single item entry. So if you come into the nitrile gloves now, you'll see that its unit of measure is a box, and we can hold stock of various different size boxes of gloves. So again, this is something just that improves the unit's ability to manage those stock items. We can edit this and we can add more more sizes in here if we wanted to, and we can say we've got 2 of them. This is obviously working across the board in terms of if we record consumption of this and it is an item that has multiple sizes. You can see that we're obviously getting the option to select which size. That also applies to members using the station portal page as well. So they'll be able to select the size of the item that they're consuming. We've added equipment filters, again, just to make this a little bit easier. We've separated out retired equipment. So you can see basically when this all occurred, if you go to the current one, you can retire from service. If you create a new one now, you can say that this is replacing a piece of equipment and select which piece of equipment, and it'll retire that automatically for you, so on and so forth. Relatively straightforward. Coming over to duty crews now. We can optionally send a reminder email out to our duty crews based on the schedule. So if we have a look at our schedule in here, we've got rotation, schedule active, rotation reminder email is the new part that's been added here. So that basically allows them to be notified when that duty crew schedule is going to rotate. And obviously, we've added a setting here to show on rotation day only. So this impacts the unit's calendar. So presently, you'll see that our duty crew is shown every day. That they're operating every day throughout that particular week. But we can now change that and update that setting. And in our calendar, you'll see that it disappears and just now shows on the actual rotation day. So there's that option of flexibility there, if that's something that units wanted to take advantage of. We've made some changes to our vehicles as well. So one thing that you'll see in here, we've got manufacture year and our in-service year is there. We've changed just some basic view items of this vehicle's stuff here as well. We're also pulling through in the background when the vehicle types are configured at an organisation level. We're adding in various features, so four-wheel drives, A class, B class, etc. They're now surfacing as well. That wasn't quite working, so that's all been rectified as well. Significant uplift to our training and skills sessions. So now in training, you have the ability to create recurring training sessions. So you can see we've got our weekly, monthly recurring system here. We can send automatic notifications or invites for the future occurrences. Obviously, when you create this, it will send a single invite. So we can now do our recurring series. We can have them with their days before occurrence notification invitation email. We can also do our send day of reminder. So similar to events, when that training session is due on the day of the training session, it will also email out members to be able to be reminded that the training session is happening. Beyond that, there's a significant amount of bug fixes and just some various usability changes. So you can obviously click on our version numbering in the platform and be able to read the change log. So you'll see here most of the things that we've just covered in this video. But then if you come down further, you can see our changes in our fix log as well. So I'm not going to go through all of the changes and the fixes, mostly just highlighting some of the new feature enhancements that we've made to the platform. But I would encourage you to stop in and have a read, obviously, of the change log that's here. We've also done some documentation updates in line with these new features as well. So basically the documentation with regards to any of the feature enhancements or feature additions to the platform has all been added and updated in line with those features as well. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. You can see there's a request feature button here in the feature log, in the change log, sorry. So you are more than welcome to request a feature. We've also got the ability to drop into our service desk from here as well and report a bug or any issues that you've got with the platform, and we'll respond accordingly and provide you with the necessary level of support for your issue. So about wraps it up for version 0.13. And obviously we've got a significant backlog to continue on with the next version, and we'll be back when that one is ready to go as well.